Hey everybody, I want to talk to you today about trusting yourself. We talked about knowing yourself and understanding who you are and what you like and what moves you, what makes you go, what makes you tick. But now we need to learn to trust yourself. And how do you learn to trust yourself? Well, it starts with your intuition and not dismissing it. By the way, this is the best coffee cup ever. Look how big it is. I think it holds about 32 ounces. So, yesterday, or not yesterday, what? It must have been Sunday. I had a customer trying to return something, and I was like, doesn't sound right. And because we don't sell it like that, we don't sell it separate. We don't, And and it turns out my intuition was correct because I got in trouble. But I was trying to be polite, and the customer was insistent, and they do that. Um, anyway, without revealing too many details, um, I was I was like, dang it, I knew that. I knew that was wrong. And it goes back to learning what you, trusting what you know, right? When you're new to something, you may not be familiar, you can ask. It's always good to ask. And I'm so used to being self reliant and everything that a lot of times I forget to ask. I'm not, I've only been working in retail for 6 months, but you have intuition. Intuition is like this ability for your brain to analyze data points in seconds. And often as women, we tend to think, oh, well, I don't know, or this feeling in your gut, or it just doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right. The good part about failing or failing forward in this situation is that now I know my intuition was correct. My judgment was correct. My analysis was correct. And I need to trust myself and not move from that boundary line of we don't sell pendants, you know. So, how are you going through your day and noticing when your intuition is on and when your intuition is off, and noting that you can trust yourself? Like in mindfulness, they tell us to allow us to think, right? And then you have a thought because you're counting or whatever, you're focusing on your breath, but then you're like, oh, yellow school bus earrings. Okay, I noticed that. I don't have to look at it anymore. That's how Headspace teaches it. So you're like, okay, I don't think that's right. But you might be told by your boss, or you might get kind of bullied, even polite bullying by a client. You just might not feel it's a good fit. So go by your intuition. You have to trust yourself, especially if you're going in business for yourself. You have to trust yourself. It's just too easy to be swayed by other people. And if you don't have your own trust as that bedrock, Now, I don't want to go client shaming because I don't believe in it, but there has been so many times I took a client. Well, not so many times. I think about a handful, maybe 5, where I was like, oh man, this is not going to work out. This is not going to work out for me. And it's not negative thinking. It's trusting your instincts, your intuition, your gut, your experience, your analysis. Maybe next time, if you're worried about it, write it down. Remember that video? Write it down. Write down why you're thinking it. And then as you find more pieces of evidence to back up your intuition, then you can have a documentation that you can show yourself that yes, you can trust yourself. You're a trustworthy person. Bye.